السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. حي على الصلاة. حي على الصلاة. حي على الفلاح. حي على الفلاح. الله أكبر الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله. الحمد لله ولي كل نعمة وتوفيق، والصلاة والسلام على الهادي إلى أقوم طريق، وعلى الآل البررة والأصحاب الخيرة ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد، قال الله تبارك وتعالى في محكم كتابه: فمن يعمل مثقال ذرة خيرا يره ومن يعمل مثقال ذرة شرا يره. وقال تعالى: ومن أراد الآخرة وسعى لها سعيها وهو مؤمن فأولئك كان سعيهم مشكورا. وقال تعالى: والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. وذكر الطبراني رحمه الله تعالى من طريق حماد عن ثابت عن عبد الله بن حسن رضي الله عنه قال: كان رجلان من أصحاب النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم إذا التقيا لم يتفرقا إلا على أن يقرأ أحدهما على الآخر سورة العصر إلى آخرها ثم يسلم أحدهما على الآخر. وقال الإمام الشافعي رحمه الله تعالى: لو تدبر الناس هذه السورة لوسعتهم. Brothers and sisters, imagine you were to travel to another country, a foreign country, for whatever purpose, a vacation, or going to the Hajj or Umrah. We all know that certain countries have regulations, there's an application form, there's a visa process. And depending on what country you're going to, they have different requirements. In order to visit that country, there are certain requirements that must be met in order for you to be issued a visa or granted entry into that country. All countries have these rules. If you or your parents or grandparents came to this country, the same applied to them. That there was an immigration process, there were applications, and there was a criteria, multiple criteria, which had to be met. Now say you go to a country, you want to go to the Hajj, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala take us all to the Hajj. You want to go to the Umrah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala take us all to Umrah. You want to go to these beautiful countries and this beautiful and important journey, but you didn't bother to get a visa, you didn't bother to get the shots you have to get, and your agent, your friends continue to say, hey, don't fool around. You have to get the visa, go through the process, otherwise you're going to be denied entry. And you say, no, I'm a doctor, or I'm an engineer, or I'm a double major, I'm a professor. I'm very wealthy. I'm a billionaire, a millionaire. Or I'm a CEO of my company. Or I come from a very wealthy or a very respectable family. Or I'm a famous person. No matter what type of achievements or accolades you have, if you don't meet the simple criteria of that country, no matter who you are, it doesn't matter. Your education doesn't matter. The credit card you have or the car you drive at home, or if you're very wealthy, you bring your card with you perhaps, doesn't matter. If you don't have a passport, or you don't have the visa, or you don't meet the requirements of the immigration office or the tourism industry, you're not allowed entry. You want to go to somewhere as simple as a gym, or somewhere to shop, these wholesale places. If you do not present your membership card, doesn't matter who you are, you are not allowed in. You have to wait and go back, and you say, I forgot the card. You have to bring the card. I forgot my passport. If you've ever traveled, and you want to get through TSA, the security checkpoints, you have to have a passport ID, and you have to have your boarding pass. It doesn't matter who you are, or who you know. If you don't have it, you can't go on. You can't say, oh, I'm not flying, but I want to see an airplane. I've never seen an airplane in my life. I have to meet someone. They forgot their baggage. They forgot an important package with them. Sorry. Only passengers beyond this point. We understand this very well. That's why when we go on vacation, we go for Hajj, we go for Umrah, wherever we go, we make sure we look at the guidelines and we follow the guidelines. So it doesn't matter of our education, our background, our money, our wealth, our fame, our glory. Nothing matters except what the host country or the host location wants from us. Now focus for a moment. Imagine you go. You disobeyed your agent, you didn't listen to your parents, and you went on anyway to this country. And somehow you got on the plane, and now you are at the customs or the immigration, just going through, and that's it. You're about to leave the airport, and you're there in the country. SubhanAllah, home safe. At that point, they say, where's your visa? Where's the ta'shira? And you're denied entry. How do you feel then? You feel bad, you feel horrible, you cry, you're angry, you're frustrated. And the problem is even worse, the feeling is even worse and stronger when you were told from before. And you come home and say, Mom, they didn't allow me in the country. What are you expecting? We told you. You call your agent and say, you have to fix it. He says, what am I going to fix? I told you, you cannot go without a visa. No matter who you complain to. The problem is much worse and much more intense. And you're more than anyone else, you're angry at yourself. Because you were told, you knew, and you chose to live as an ignorant person. This is where vacation or Hajj, subhanAllah, you go home, it's a little bit of a loss, but you can go again, inshallah. Maybe in a couple of days, maybe the next year. But what if there was a place you went to, and if you did not meet the requirement, you're in trouble. You're doomed forever. There's no going back. Then I think we all can understand that that's a serious problem. This is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says to us throughout the Quran. Hundreds of ayat are saying the same thing in a different style, in a different tone. In Salah, we like to recite short surahs. Don't you? We like to recite short surahs. Probably the most often recited surah in Salah, besides what the Imam, is probably Qul Huwallahu Ahad. Surah Al-Ikhlas, a beautiful surah, yields a lot of reward. It's short and sweet, it's beautiful, it has a beautiful meaning, it's heavy. Another short surah, which is like Ikhlas, which we like to recite, is Surah Al-Asr. وَالْعَصْرِ إِنَّ الْإِنسَانَ لَفِي خُسْرٍ إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالْحَقِّ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالصَّبْرِ. A very short and sweet surah. This surah, despite its brevity and shortness, is such a powerful surah. It's such an important surah that Imam al-Shafi'i, rahimahullah, Muhammad ibn Idris al-Shafi'i, one of the four great Imams, he says, لَوْ تَدَبَّرَ النَّاسُ هَذِهِ السُّرَةِ لَوَسِعَتْهُمْ. That if mankind, if Muslims were just to reflect on this one surah alone. Now what is we ask the Imam or the scholar, give us short advice. It's our nature. Even some of the Bedouins who would come to the Prophet ﷺ, they would say, Awsini ya Rasulullah wa awjiz. But ya Rasulullah, give me advice. Because they knew if you wanted advice, you had to go to the Prophet ﷺ. Even the Bedouin knew that. But in his nature, in their nature, they wanted things to be short. Just tell me something quick and short and easy, I can just remember it and I will act upon it for the rest of my life. So we ask short advice. You say, I can't read the Quran, I struggle, I don't have time. There's so many tafsirs, so many translations, you kind of get lost in all of that. Imam Shafi'i is giving us a beautiful solution or a beautiful starting point. If you're having trouble connecting with the Quran, you're having trouble reading and understanding the Quran, Imam Shafi'i says, if mankind, if we would just reflect on this one surah, Surah Al-Asr. وَالْعَصْرِ إِنَّ الْإِنسَانَ لَفِي خُسْرٍ لَوَسِعَتْهُمْ. This surah would be sufficient for their guidance and sufficient to put you on the right path. What does the surah say? What is it about this surah that is so important? The surah is telling us how to be successful with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. More than that, how to be successful and gain entry into a place where we all want to go. How to get to Jannah. How to meet the criteria of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Very simple criteria. And the beauty here is that you don't need money, you don't need fame, you don't need connections or hookups or anything. You just have to have these 4 things. And some would even make it shorter and say 2 things. What is Allah telling us? Allah is issuing a severe, a very powerful warning to all of us. Beginning with a qasam, an oath. Allah says, Wal asr. I swear by the passage of time. Why is Allah taking an oath of time? By taking an oath, Allah is making a witness. Allah is making a shahid. Allah is saying, I swear by the following, and I swear by time, because time is the best witness possible, because Allah can make a person or a prophet or an angel or a mountain or something a shahid, a witness, but they have a certain span of life. They can testify for a nation or a country or a locality, but not for forever, not for an infinite time. There is a beginning and ending for these things. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala chose al-asr, time itself. The time will tell us, time is our witness, that al-insan lafi khusr. If you speak Arabic, you know how severe this warning is. Inna al-insana lafi khusr. Indeed, all of mankind, indeed every single person in this room, in this masjid, in all the masajid throughout the world, every single human being that has ever walked and will walk the face of this earth is in deep trouble. Khusr, loss, utter loss. Allah has made in our nature that we like to benefit. Whenever we have to make a decision, should I go take this job or that job, or go to that school, or make this friend or this friend, shop here or there, buy this car, that car, whatever it is, we're always looking for our benefit. That's who we are. We want to benefit ourselves, we want to help ourselves. And if we didn't have this feeling, life would be different. You had no desire, no aspiration. We want benefit. Even when we shop, when we buy something, we're bragging to our friends. And Allah forbid, if our friend tells us that they got a better deal, we feel a lot of pain. And I paid more than this person? I thought I had the best deal. Because we understand profiting and saving is important. Or someone made more than me. Allah is saying, and when it comes to loss, Allah protect. When it comes to loss, we lose things. Business, loved ones, whatever. There's always a loss. There's ups and downs. And when we're in that down, it's difficult. You have a hard time. And for some people, it's so strong that they even commit suicide. Allah says, all of you are in trouble. We're all in trouble. Like the principal says, so-and-so is in trouble, come to the office. Or the teacher, your parents says, you're in timeout. You're in trouble. We're all in trouble with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Can you understand what that means? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says, everyone is in trouble and loss, deep loss. And what could be a greater loss than losing with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Because the only profit with Allah, the only success with Allah, as the ayah says in Surah Al-Baqarah, فَمَنْ زُحْزِحَ عَنِ النَّارِ وَأُدْخِلَ الْجَنَّةَ فَقَدْ فَازَ. Allah says, anyone who has been removed from Jahannam and put distant away from Jahannam, and not only that, but given entry and admission into Jannah, فَقَدْ فَازَ, then they're successful. That's when it's over. Until then, it's not over. Just because you memorized the Quran or you went to Ramadan and you fasted well, you did a good, doesn't mean it's not over yet. Anything can happen. The Prophet ﷺ taught us, al-a'malu bil-khawatim. Actions, just as they are determined based on their intention, it also matters how it ends. Did you go through with it? Did you complete? Did you die with that? It's about the ending. So we're not successful. We cannot brag and celebrate until the end. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in this ayah, everyone is in trouble. If it ended there, we're doomed forever. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us a way out. He says, إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ. Amanu wa amanu, two things. There are only two things which matter to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the akhirah. To be successful with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and to be forgiven from His anger and pardoned from His anger and rage and Jahannam. There are two things that are the most important. If these two things are lacking or absent or deficient, and you had all the money in the world, all the fame in the world, the success, the lineage, you're in trouble. The hadith says, مَنْ بَطَّأَ بِهِ عَمَلُهُ لَمْ يُسْرِعْ بِهِ نَسَبُهُ. That whosoever's a'mal, your deeds are weak, and they slow you down, they're bogging you down, you're just stuck. They're weighing you down, لَمْ يُسْرِعْ بِهِ نَسَبُهُ. Nothing can help this person, not even their lineage. Because in the Arabs, it was all about lineage. And some cultures, even some today, it's all about lineage. That my father was so-and-so. I am so-and-so. I come from this tribe. Which are good things as long as it does not cloud our vision. Allah says, there are only two things that matter. So imagine, like you're going to a country, you have two conditions you have to meet to be able to travel. Or two conditions you have to meet to get to this one school you want to go to. Or to get the job. You make sure whatever happens, you meet those two criteria. What are the two criteria? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, to be successful and to be pardoned and removed and distant from loss. The first is Iman. Iman billahi ta'ala. Iman in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the most important. It's the foundation. It is the foundation. If you do not have Iman in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and when He wants you to believe in, yes, a person, we see people who are not believing in Allah and they have a comfortable life. There's no contradiction. This is Allah's way of rewarding them in the dunya. This is Allah's way of giving them the non-Muslims, non-believers, perhaps atheists, who are very charitable. They're helping people. A lot of humanitarian work that sometimes we are put to shame as Muslims. But how could a person just give up their life and go to Africa or India or some other country and just help? That's it. What about their job? What about their families? There are people who sacrifice and don't have to have Islam. But Allah says, I will give them the reward in the dunya. When it comes to the akhirah, there is nothing for them. It's in the Quran. So Allah says, the first condition to be able to gain entry into the kingdom of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, into Allah's happiness and pleasure is Iman billah. What kind of Iman? Not just believing like the generation before us did and the generation before them, all the way up until the Tabi'een and the Sahaba and what was taught by Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Your Iman, our Iman, has to conform to that which is taught to us in the Quran and the Sunnah. The believers before us, our Iman has to match theirs. Their Iman matched those before them, and it went on so on until the Tabi'een and the Sahaba, the early communities. It's very important because tomorrow someone can wake up and say, I believe in this. The correct iman is very important. Once you have iman on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and the angels, and the anbiya, the messengers, and the books of Allah, and what is meant, what is required in the hereafter, then the next thing, that's not enough either. Allah's rahmat, He forgives this person. But Allah says, I told you to do certain things. You have to prove to me that you are a true believer. And this is where Islam comes in. The outward manifestation of that belief is Islam. Prayer, zakah, hajj, and all the other things we do, these a'mal, these deeds, is what shows that we have iman in our hearts. Because iman is in the heart. This is why salah, zakah, these are all fariḍah, they are all obligations. إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ. The second thing. If you ever look in the Quran, you'll see that these iman and amal salih are always paired together. It's never isolated. إِنَّ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ وَمَنْ يَعْمَلْ مِنَ الصَّالِحَاتِ وَهُوَ مُؤْمِنٌ فَلَا كُفْرَانَ لِسَعْيِهِ. Anyone who does righteous deeds and is a believer, فَلَا كُفْرَانَ لِسَعْيِهِ. Their deeds will not be devalued or undervalued, not appreciated. وَمَنْ يَعْمَلْ مِنَ الصَّالِحَاتِ مِنْ ذَكَرٍ أَوْ أُنْثَىٰ وَهُوَ مُؤْمِنٌ فَلَنُحْيِيَنَّهُ حَيَاةً طَيِّبَةً. Whoever does righteous deeds, male or female, doesn't matter. To Allah, we're all equal. We're all equal, but we have a different function in the dunya. That's why we're different in that sense. But as far as being judged by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we're all the same. Righteous deeds, and as a believer, will give them a big life, especially in the akhirah, what matters. So the two things are very important, that we have a'mal as-salih. MashaAllah, we do good deeds, we try our best. We try our best. We came to Ramadan not too far ago, a month ago barely. A lot of fasting, a lot of tahajjud, taraweeh, a lot of sadaqah, zakat, MashaAllah, good things. But is amal salih just important? Do as much as you can and it's over. Pray as much as you can and it's over. Give as much sadaqah as you can and it's over. We're done, we've passed. Is that all it's about? No. There's a little catch here. There's a little catch, and the catch is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on the Day of Judgment, and He created the mizan. Allah created the scale. It's not about how much you have. It's not about how much sadaqah you give, how much nawafil, how much prayers you did, how many people you helped. It's all about the quality of those a'mal. It's all about, is your deed substantive? Does your deed have substance and weight? Or are your deeds substantial? A lot of deeds. We want to make sure our amal, after having iman and the deeds we present to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, are substantive. They're weighty, they're heavy, because deeds will be weighed and not counted on the Day of Judgment. And to allow us to appreciate this, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us gold and silver, precious metals. And do you count precious metals here, or do you weigh them? You weigh them. To give us an idea that anything which is worth anything, it has some worth to it, will be weighed and sold by weight and not by quantity. How do we make our deeds weighty before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? How do you make sure your deeds are weighed, that inshallah for all of us, the scale of our good deeds tips the scale of our evil deeds? فَمَنْ ثَقُلَتْ مَوَازِينُهُ فَهُوَ فِي عِيشَةٍ رَاضِيَةٍ. Whoever scale of good deeds is tipped, then this person is successful. Will be in eternal happiness and bliss. وَمَنْ خَفَّتْ مَوَازِينُهُ فَأُولَٰئِكَ فِي الْعَذَابِ مُحْضَرُونَ. And those whose deeds are light, their deeds were not heavy enough, that their sins tipped your deeds, they will be punished. How do we make sure that the scale is on our side? Because the scale is there. وَالْوَزْنُ يَوْمَئِذٍ الْحَقِّ. In Surah Araf. But there is a scale. Allah says, don't you doubt that. There is a scale of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and everything will be weighed. How do we bring weight to our deeds? How do we make sure that our deeds are steady and they stay there? Because Allah says in the Quran in Surah Al-Furqan, وَقَدِمْنَا إِلَى مَا عَمِلُوا مِنْ عَمَلٍ فَجَعَلْنَاهُ هَبَاءً مَنْثُورًا. That there are certain people on the Day of Judgment, Allah says we will turn toward their deeds, whatever they have presented to us, their offering of deeds, that Ya Allah, we've done all of this. Allah says we will then turn to their deeds and we will obliterate it, make it into flying, scattered dust. Na'udhu billahi min dhalik. Do we want our deeds to be blown away? Because on the day of judgment, mountains will be flying and scattered. Something so powerful and heavy will have no weight. In the akhirah, things are different. Allah said, the hadith says by Rasulullah that يُؤْتَى بِالرَّجُلِ السَّمِينِ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ لَا يَزِنُ عِنْدَ اللَّهِ جَنَاحَ بَعُوضَةٍ. But there will be a hefty person, a person with a lot of physical mass. In the dunya, we think this person's heavy, it weighs a lot. And that's how in the dunya we judge things based on their physical mass, numbers. This person will have no value in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala because there was no iman and no righteous deeds. The hadith says, this person will not even weigh the equivalent of a fly's wing. A fly's wing, how small is that? But this person will be outweighed by the wing of a fly. The way things are in the akhirah is different than the way they are in the dunya. How do we bring weight to our amal? It's very simple. Allah says in Surah Hud, وَمَنْ أَرَادَ الْآخِرَةِ وَسَعَى لَهَا سَعْيَهَا وَهُوَ مُؤْمِنٌ فَأُولَٰئِكَ كَانَ سَعْيُهُمْ مَشْكُورًا. There are three conditions for your deeds to be worthy of being presented to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and will have weight to them. What are they? Number one, أَرَادَ الْآخِرَةِ. You have the right intention. You seek Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You want this deed, you're doing this for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's sake. If the deed is not for Allah's sake, it's trash. It has no value with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Number one is that you have to have the right niyyah and intention. وَإِنَّمَا لِمْرِئٍ مَّا نَوَى. You get what you intended. If you intended Allah's pleasure, that deed has value and is acceptable. We ensure that whatever we do, big or small, has the right intention. And not be like those who are reading Surah Al-Kahf, هل ننبئكم بالأخسرين أعمالا الذين ضل سعيهم في الحياة الدنيا وهم يحسبون أنهم يحسنون صنعا. Allah says, do you want to know the biggest losers? Those who do good deeds, do certain deeds, and they think they're doing good. Because they know they're fooling themselves. That it's not for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's sake. So we make sure whatever we do, whatever amal we do, it's for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Inna salati wa nusuki wa mahyaya wa mamati lillahi rabbil alameen. Number one. Number two, وَسَعَالَهَا سَعْيَهَا. You work, you give an effort, and your endeavor is proportionate to that of the akhirah. You work hard enough for the akhirah. This could mean that your deed is the right deed. You have to do things which are pleasing to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as taught to us in the Quran and the Sunnah. Or which conform to the basic rules taught in the Quran and the Sunnah. And we know various amal salihah, salah, zakah, hajj, sadaqah, helping people and doing all these things, hundreds of thousands of good deeds. إن المسلمين والمسلمات والمؤمنين والمؤمنات والقانتين والقانتات in Surah Al-Ahzab. Multiple أعمال. والمتصدقين والمتصدقات والصائمين والصائمات والصادقين والصادقات والحافظين فروجا والحافظات والذاكرين الله كثيرا والذاكرات. Multiple these Allah mentioned. Iman, outward submission by doing what you're supposed to. Those who pray, those who lower their gazes and protect their private parts, those who are truthful, those who remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala abundantly, and those who fast, and those who do all these things are obedient to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There are hundreds of deeds that we have. The deed should be acceptable to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we can learn that from the Quran and the Sunnah. And number three is that وَهُوَ مُؤْمِن. Again, so you don't forget, Allah says you have to be a believer in case you forgot. Iman, the correct intention, and the correct deed. When we have these three vital ingredients, this amal, this deed has now weight before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Let us ensure that our deeds are weighty. Let us ensure that all the amal we do, all the fasting moving forward, that everything we have meet these three basic criteria. Otherwise, As Allah says, إِنَّ الْإِنسَانَ لَفِي خُسْرٍ, that everyone is in loss again, إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ, except those who have iman and perform righteous deeds. The rest of the surah, inshallah, we'll talk about tonight. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين من كل ذنب فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلله فلا هادي له، ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، ونشهد أن سيدنا ونبينا محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله وسلم وبارك عليه وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا كثيرا. أما بعد، عباد الله، اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون، واعلموا أنكم معروضون على أعمالكم، فمن يعمل مثقال ذرة خيرا يره ومن يعمل مثقال ذرة شرا يره. عباد الله، قال الله تبارك وتعالى في محكم كتابه: إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. وقال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم: من صلى علي واحدة صلى الله عليه بعشرة. وقال أيضا عليه الصلاة والسلام: أولى الناس بيوم القيامة أكثرهم علي صلاة. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك وأنعم على سيدنا ونبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه الطيبين الطاهرين. وارض اللهم عن الخلفاء الراشدين المهديين أبي بكر وعمر وعثمان وعلي، وعن سائر الصحابة والتابعين، وعنا معهم بعفوك وكرمك وجودك أرحم الراحمين. المسلمين، اللهم انصر الإسلام والمسلمين، اللهم أعزنا ولا تذلنا، وأكرمنا ولا تهنا، واهدنا سبل السلام، وجنبنا الفواحش والفتن ما ظهر منها وما بطن. اللهم أعنا على ذكرك وشكرك وحسن عبادتك، اللهم أعنا على ذكرك وشكرك وحسن عبادتك. اللهم إنا نسألك الهدى والتقى والعفاف والغنى. اللهم إنا نسألك العفو والعافية والمعافاة الدائمة في ديننا ودنيانا وآخرتنا. اللهم إنا نسألك من خير ما سألك من نبيك محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم، ونعوذ بك من شر ما استعاذ من نبيك محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم، وأنت المستعان وعليك البلاغ، ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. اللهم اشف مرضانا ومرضى المسلمين، وارحم موتانا وموتى المسلمين، توفنا مسلمين والحقنا بالصالحين غير خزايا ولا مفتونين. عباد الله رحمكم الله، إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. اذكروا الله يذكركم وادعوه يستجب لكم واشكروا نعمه يزدكم ولذكر الله أكبر والله يعلم ما تصنعون. وأقم الصلاة.